VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for.
You got a bottle opener, Kev?
No, Steve, I haven't got a bottle opener. What do you want that for?
Beer?
A beer? It's 7:30 in the morning, Steve. You're a filth bag, you. Me like jerk chicken, the rice and pea. Me not a big fan of Fellaini. If you're sat there wondering who I am, my name is Kev Ashford and this is the not world famous. Woo! How the devil is everybody? At the risk of repeating myself, I am Kev Ashford. I need to tone it down a bit. Somebody said last week I was shouting too much. Anyway, constructive criticism, whatever. Man United beat Newcastle 3-2 in a throwback to the Fergie days, man. At half-time, 2-0 down. United bounced back to win 3-2. But you know that, don't you? Because you're a top red, just like me, and you watched the match, yeah? And you celebrated. And at half-time, you were totally going off your tits, losing the plot, thinking, United, this is it. It's the end of the road for Mourinho. You know, everything's going wrong. The players aren't interested. They're showing no heart, no fight, no passion. Well, at half-time, we got that. We got the response. There was a few heads knocked together. Fellaini come on, the big man. Yeah, he's what a man he is. Anyway, listen, it's 3 points in the bag, and yet people are still moaning. Well, one person in particular, and this is nothing against the United stand at all. They obviously do their shit outside the ground. People are free to go up and say whatever the hell they want. But at the end of that match, United have just won 3-2, scored in the last minute to get all 3 points. Surely you'd be coming out euphoric. Is that the word? Euphoria? I don't know, man, but you could be coming out pretty goddamn happy, because at half time you would not have seen that coming. Bit like the City game last year at the Etihad, 2-0 down, you're thinking it's going to be about 8 or 9-0 this, you know, might as well pack up and go now. But United, we got a reaction, we got fight, heart, passion in that second half. People actually probably thought, yeah, we'll play for the badge, let's do this, let's beat them, we can do it, this shit Newcastle. And we did it. But like I said on this VanCam thing, some guy come on and basically, if I can get the split screen in, he started going on saying it's not Barcelona, you know, he wasn't impressed, you know, with shit and all this. He must have been the only one out of the 76,000 that come out of that ground actually sort of feeling a bit down. He did say it papers over the cracks. Now that is debatable. You could, you know, it could be a false dawn, give us a bit of, you know, false hope, and then against Chelsea, well, that's the next game, we will have to see what happens. But yeah, he totally lost the plot, and I don't know, is it for the cameras? I don't know, but like I said, it's nothing against the United stand. Full-time Devils are the same, you know, they have people on and that, but this guy's opinions are really, really strong, and you would not have thought that United had won 3-2. To start this week off, at the bottom, you would have seen what's coming up anyway, but I missed the first bit off. We have got a new section of the show. It's called Poetry Match Review, and it is exactly what I've just said. I've written a poem about the Man United Newcastle match, which I'm going to deliver to you right now in a thing that I hope works, because if it doesn't, this could be the last time you ever see me. So let me know what you think. It's coming up now in a new segment, Poetry Match Review. Oh yeah! Okay, so because on VanCam I'm always striving to get ahead of the pack, I was thinking the other day that people do match reviews all the time on YouTube. There's loads of them out there, and fair play to them. I'm no different, but this week I am going to be, because what I've done is put my words and match review into a poem. Yes, poetry. Kev is articulate, yeah? Contrary to what everybody out there may think. So I've penned it into a poem, which this week I'm going to read out in a version of, or the style of, John Cooper Clarke. So bear with me on this, because I'm not sure how it's going to go. This could really be the end of VanCam. I will need the Ray-Bans for it in typical, you know, John Cooper Clarke style. So here we go, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Last Saturday at 5:30, what a time to be alive. Newcastle arrived from down the Toon, fans with shirts off, you're a goon. After 10 minutes, 2-0 was the score. They were saying you're not famous anymore. At half-time, I wished I was dead like the hair follicles on William Prunier's head. Another drink to ease the pain. Will Man United come back again? At home to the tune and 2-0 down, Jose decides to bring on the clown. With his bushy hair and elbows flying, I can feel my heart slowly dying. Mata floats one into the bag. Katie Price is a dirty slag and Martial equalises. It's now 2-2. Who the fuck are Man United? Oh yeah, who? One last surge towards the Stretford end. Ashley Young's cross finds Sanchez on the end. To nod the ball home, the match ends 3-2. Put your shirts back on, Geordies, and fuck off back down the tune. Are you having that? That is poetry in motion. That's the match review. I've always likened VanCam to being one big party and everybody that watches are the guests. I'm hosting it, and at this point, this is where I bring out the Ferrero Rochers and every single one of you says, Kev, you're really spoiling us. That's what I'm doing, bringing poetry into a football related video. Who's done that? I will remember this point, because when full-time Devils in the United Stand start doing poetry match reviews, you'll be able to say, it was that Kev Ashford who first, you know, hooked onto that. Like, yeah, whatever. And next up, it's Fellaini Watch. Some say that if you were to cut open his head, it'd be full of them flying saucer disc sweets with the fizzy sherbet inside. All that we know is, he's called Fellaini. Great ball in, here's a big man! No! You bushy haired tit. What do you mean I look like Gary Glitter? You cheeky bastard. This is the not world famous Fellaini Watch, where we have a look at what the bushy haired man has been up to. And this week, an absolute corker, and a big thank you to MUFC Life and Jade Adams for both drawing this to my attention. Apparently Marouane Fellaini has been brought in by Lynx, the ones that do the old underarm spray, to front a campaign against bullying. Yeah. Now, when I heard this, I was like, this has to be a joke. And apart from the fact the video should come in, yeah, split screen action, loving that. Yeah, the video's got Marouane, you know, in his dressing gown, yeah, doing a bit of painting, reading a book, whatever. But come on, man, if you're going to choose somebody to do, I mean, this is a serious issue. Jokes aside, bullying is totally twattish. I hate bullies, you know, I can't stand them. So to get somebody like Marouane to front something that I actually feel so strongly about, when it's taking the piss, man. Marouane Fellaini is a bully. He headbutted Aguero. I've got the arms out here as well, you know what I mean? Zabaleta, have a bit of that. This is the online football bully. The guy that's that shit, he goes out on the pitch and thinks, because I'm bigger than you, I'm, you know, stronger than you, I'm going to bully the lot of you. You're all better than me at football. You can play the game. I can't. I just have to go around smashing the shit out of everyone. Lynx have failed with this one, man. You do not put Marouane Fellaini and an anti-bullying campaign together. If anything, Lynx should be having a go at Fellaini and saying, do you know what? You are the bully. That is it for Fellaini Watch this week. God damn. Who built a wall there? That was Fellaini Watch, and next we're going to do the big VanCam debate.
The big VanCam debate!
Okay, so last week, the big VanCam debate, the poll was on Zinedine Zidane and all his speculation surrounding him supposedly taking the Manchester United job. The Daily Mirror ran a story last week saying that no matter what the result, Jose would be sacked nearly a week on. And he's still in charge, so that was fake news. Donald Trump, that. Anyway, the poll result is in. The question was, would you want Zinedine Zidane at United? And an overwhelming percentage in favour, 62% said yes, they would take the ex-headbutt hero. Anyway, this week we're going to run a poll on Aaron Ramsey, because Man United have been linked with a move, possibly in January or at the end of the season. He's running out of contract, Arsenal, and not going to renew it. So this is a simple yes or a no. Would you sign Aaron Ramsey for Manchester United? Is he good enough? Personally, I'll give you my thoughts very quickly. That's mainly because I'm trying to speed VanCam up. i.e. on the YouTube comments last week said that I should cut the videos down, which I'm trying really hard to, but obviously I know it's probably going to rack up a good 20 minutes or so. So I will, you know, constructive criticism, I will address it. I can take it. So thank you very much. So Aaron Ramsey, yes, I think it's a no-brainer. I would take Aaron Ramsey. Definitely gets in as a squad player anyway. My concern at the minute, and I've only sort of noticed this recently, is Nemanja Matic. I think his pace, he really slows down the Man United team. I think when he first signed from Chelsea, he was phenomenal. He's still great, don't get me wrong, but it just seems like his legs are going a bit, and I think it's a vital part of the field. Unless you've got it up here like Paul Scholes had and was able to play to nearly 40 years old because he can pick passes and that. He didn't need speed. But I think Matic isn't that type of player. He's more of a holding player. So against the better teams, he's going to get overrun. Look at Aaron Ramsey. He can score goals, which Matic very rarely does, really. Apart from Crystal Palace last season, that was a great goal. But again, Aaron Ramsey, I think he would bring pace in. He's youngish. He fits the Man United model. I think he'd know a lot of them players. And I'm probably thinking that Ryan Giggs was his hero, so that's where I'm going with it. Anyway, now it's your chance to click on the eye up here and a simple yes or a no. Would you sign Aaron Ramsey? There is no sitting on the fence. Why do you want to sit up there, man? You know what I mean? There's a reason we have air traffic control, because there's shit going on up in the sky. So lower yourself, go on one side or the other of the fence. Yes, no, yeah? And I will bring you the poll result next week, so make sure you cast your vote, because you know it makes sense.
The Big VanCam Debate.
That was the Big VanCam Debate. Make sure you cast your vote. There's an eye up there. I know I'm repeating myself again, but make sure you cast your vote. It's for the pure crack, as they say in Ireland. Yeah. Anyway, next up, we are going to do... what we're going to do, CockStroker of the week. Nearly lost it for a minute then, but my professionalism shines through and I just crack on as if nothing ever happened. It is CockStroker of the week. Let's find out who's took the top spot home this week.
The CockStroker of the week.
This is CockStroker of the week. We do this shit every week, and it is time for me to announce the #1 spot this week. I got the #1 spot from the Liverpool v Manchester City game. No, it isn't Riyad Mahrez for that penalty miss, but it is to do with that, because a picture come out and I'm looking behind the goal. Man City fans, as it said on the telly and the radio, getting ready to celebrate. Celebrate, I think it's 13 years of hurt or something they said, because they've not won at Anfield for that long. So Riyad Mahrez gets the penalty, 85th minute. This should be it. Game over. City fans behind the goal preparing to celebrate. Now, I'm not really down with this kind of thing. Camera phones are obviously out. They've had to wait a while for the penalty to be taken. There's a picture that come out of them behind the goal just as the ball is rifling over the bar, out of the stand and off to Mars, or where it's still going. It's still there. It's still moving, man. Snow on top of it, the lot. Anyway, the picture, yeah, there was loads of them. I could have had loads of City fans with phones out trying to film the moment, but there was one in particular when I zoomed in, and hopefully we can zoom in here. Yeah, and we zoom in again. Somebody is actually filming themselves, like a selfie video, filming themselves. They've got the goal action, or supposedly goal action, and guess what? Yeah, he's only gone and filmed himself filming Riyad Mahrez making history by blazing the ball over the bar. And I bet you your bollocks that never made it onto the internet. But it was never delete. Look like a right dickhead, man. So this guy, whoever he is, you're the CockStroker of the week. And fair play, sunshine. And don't all City fans be coming on and saying, Kev, you're obsessed with City. Yeah, whenever I talk about them, I'm obsessed with them. Of course I'm obsessed with them, yeah? Come back when you can fill your stadium. Oh, cheap blow! CockStroker of the week. Okay. That was CockStroker of the week for yet another week. I couldn't find a place for that guy from the fan cam. I was going to put it in, but I still can't work out if he's just totally off his head on crack and drink, and it's all a big joke that we don't see. But I just don't think at the end of that United match, winning 3-2, that is a fair representation, what a word, of what United fans were actually feeling when they come out the ground. So can't put him in, couldn't fit him in. Instead, it's that guy trying to get the moment, the Riyad Mahrez penalty. Anyway, next, we're going to end the show with your comments. Let's have a look at what you lot have been saying in a thing called, you guessed it, your comments. Fix up, look sharp. Ever seen a cat shag a dog? Always got me to wondering them Dizzy Rascal lyrics, you know. I mean, what would happen, you know, if a cat and a dog did the business, you know? I mean, would it have the, you know, the body of a dog and a cat's head that barked? Or the other way around, you know, a dog's head that, you know, meowed? Got a bit partridge here, hasn't it? This is your comments. It's time for you shower of wankers to have your say. Picked a few comments out this week because I didn't want to go well over on the time. Mainly because people keep saying, stop chatting shit and keep the minutes down. I've been trying to do it for years, man. It never worked. Alex Rudd was first in. He said, you should collab with some channels. Maybe do a show with Flying Pig HD or something. Some of his viewers will come over. Funnily enough, Mr. Rudd, I did used to do a few things with Mr. Flying Pig. Not actually with him, but if you look up Mancunian Mumble, I used to send him videos over that he put out, and for some reason I got lazy and stopped doing it. He used to really appreciate it, and I did get like viewers of his that liked my material. But I do take the point. I think it is something you have to do in this mad YouTube world. I've had Adam McCullough's been in touch a couple of times saying he'd love to collab and all that. I just need to get my arse in gear basically, and yeah, that's the good kick up the arse I needed, sunshine. Thank you very much. Crimson Kate said, VanCam time, currently the best thing about being a United fan, lol. Sad times, class show as always. Hopefully last week's result cheered you right up. Robert Ingram, now this is controversial, said, I want Sanchez out too. I don't think I said I wanted him out last week, but we'll roll with this. He said he won't do anything more. He should go back to Chile where he can enjoy himself because he clearly is only here for a paycheck. I'd rather have kept Depay. Woohoo! Controversial. And the Partridge voice again, don't know why. Listen, man, I made a bold statement at the start of the season saying watch Sanchez go, and it did feel like I've cursed him because he's been pretty much dog shit all season. But that message was sent before the game last week, and I'm hoping confidence-wise that he takes this. He uses it as a springboard. Everyone goes on in football about this springboard. Don't know where it is, but I get the analogy. I know what it means. Jump, boom, he's up and he's away. Yeah, he's away. Syed Shuja Zaidi, just box that name off straight away, getting well better with these. Said Lukaku is flop clown, get him out of the club. Really harsh again. Lukaku, I did say he was starting to get on my tits a bit. I never really realised how awful his first touch was. He's kind of build-up play, doesn't really bring anybody in, but he does score goals, so that's why he's at Man United. I'm hoping at the grand age of, what is he, 24, he'll be able to kick on and improve, because you should be able to improve that part of your game. You know, I've never stopped learning. Five-a-side, Power League, you know, Tuesday nights. I'm still learning. I'm really good, like, but I'm still learning. Right, Dean Wright said, great video, mate, but you do look a little like, wait for this one, you do look a little like Fellaini. Cheeky bastard! Cheeky twastard! What are you gonna say? What's a twastard? It's a mix between a twat and a bastard. That's exactly what you are. That is not the first time somebody said that I look like Fellaini. It won't be the last. Are you just saying it for effect? Hey? Do you want your name up on VanCam, up in lights, your moment? Well, you've just got it. And like I said, hand on heart, everybody there, comment on that. You know, even when I grow my hair quickly for Fellaini Watch, that big, stupid, bushy head of hair, I still don't bear a resemblance. It's just the hair. You know, not the beard, not the beak, nothing else. I've had it with you, like, yeah, so you proper get on my tits, some of you. Some of you are sound. Valindingham, Burt Whistle used to get on him, but he's alright now. Andrew Glass, Dirty Dunks, the Wivenshaw Raver. He's never got on me tits, actually, because, yeah, they're all sound. Sound as a pound. Even Viking Red. all the regulars. I absolutely love the fact that you all interact. Make sure you get commenting on this video. The ones that I picked out last week were ones that had the most likes in the YouTube section or the most interaction. I thought I'd give it a bit of a different spin this week and try and do it that way around instead of randomly picking things out. So it's your time to shine if you want something read out. If you've got anything to send in, at Kevin Ashford 7 on the old Twitter. Oh, just dropping it in. See what I'm doing? Yeah. And on Facebook, it is at Kev's VanCam. Just dropped it in again. See that? Yeah. Get doing it anyway this week. There is no helmet smashing. There's no Come On United because it's international weekend. I've never had gonorrhea, but I think I'd rather have that than watch this shit international phrase. Still, they're not friendlies, but basically I'd rather have that than watch international football. It's a bold statement, but it's true. Make sure you have a top weekend. Please share this video and drop bastard like on it. Nearly 100 likes on the last video, which when you weigh up 1,000 people watching, 100 likes, you know, it's not great, is it? But this is the only way these videos will get seen. If you like it, it gets it thrown. You know, the more likes it gets, it goes ahead of videos that aren't as good as mine. And the least I deserve is that for doing all this poetry, for Christ's sake. You've had poetry. Who does poetry match reviews? I tell you who does. Me. Have a top one. Don't do anything I wouldn't, which means I said your love